Hello, hi, welcome, and thank you so much for being here today. We're going to start the reading with something different. This is new, so I don't even know what these cards say. I'm kind of curious, so let's get you some clarity on the current energy and see what messages would be helpful. This is a timeless and collective reading, so see what feels like it fits, like it resonates, and always follow and trust that divine guidance that's in you, to your higher self, to God, to source, to the universe, because the answer is in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition, so your decisions are sound and based in love for the highest and greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's dive in. Rose is here, giving me at least a little bit of this chair. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ Consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. You have friendship coming out first. Maybe you're focused on the friendships that matter most to you. I feel like some of you have either a friend that wants to spend some time with you and you haven't seen them in a while. You need to make some room for that friend. Or I hear mend. Maybe something needs to mend. Maybe that's a conversation. I also feel like, some of you are outgrowing a friend group or a certain friendship. I feel like, I don't know why I see high school. I feel like there's maybe somebody or a whole group of people in your life and they're kind of doing the same thing all of the time. And maybe that was fun to you at one point, but I feel like you're kind of outgrowing something. So maybe it's both. We'll look at this both ways. I do like how they have like a two sides of the coin sort of message. So I feel like maybe there is either a person, maybe even an environment where it fit you before, but it's starting to feel a little different. Energy doesn't feel, quite right anymore. And I feel like you were being redirected or pulled into a different direction that feels like you now, that feels vibrationally better, where you feel plugged in. Whether that's just one person or a group, it's where you can be stinky, in a weird mood from the gym, cranky from something that happened at work, crying because you went through a heartbreak, or at the top of your game in amazeballs and everything is going great. They're going to love you for all of that. I just heard something weird. Maybe this is one person, like I'm getting a date. So, maybe for some of you, this is somebody that starts as a friend and becomes a lover. It could also be somebody that had a lot of chemistry at first, but it ends up to be your bestie too. But I'm getting that, I hear interview, like an interview kind of date. If you're out with someone and the first thing that they want to know is like, I don't know, I'm getting status kind of energy. Well, what job do you have? Like, look at the questions somebody asks you. Also pay attention to the questions you ask somebody else, because I do feel like there's a certain person where like the flow of conversation is not like normal. It's like cool. And maybe there's another place where it's like kind of awkward. I'm also getting the like, pay attention to when maybe somebody talks about their friend or this person in their life, whoever it is, what they say next. If the first thing they say, oh, my friend, the doctor. Why is that important? Because I am getting a status thing. And then I'm getting somebody else that has something like really interesting to say afterwards. That's kind of not what you expect, but a little more relatable, deep, cool, and I'm getting respectful. I am kind of getting somebody that respects everybody equally, and maybe somebody else who does not. Who I'm getting like status quo, outside validation, and even, what is that, the societal stigma kind of energy. So maybe there's also a friend to me, if this is somebody who's always kind of in competition, or it could be somebody that's there for status, not really a true friendship. They're not always there when you need them, when it's maybe convenient for them. But I feel like these people here, look, it's like they're doing, what is that? Synchronized swimming together. But all these people here are like jumping over the same wave or like riding the same wave together. It's not each being in their own little personal lane. Maybe it is though. Maybe I see that. Maybe if somebody is crossing boundaries or you feel like they're kind of crossing the line, you know, you need your little space. Maybe you have to have a conversation. Maybe it doesn't have to be long and drawn out, just short and sweet, direct, to the point, where, you know, hey, this is my lane, that's your lane. Maybe you stay over there for a little bit. Because I do feel like somebody might be crossing boundaries, but if you never spoke up, how do they really know that they're doing it? But see how they react and act accordingly. You know, if someone keeps kind of pushing your buttons or crossing the line or something like that, then maybe there is maybe a disconnect in a certain friendship. But I heard mend again. So I am getting that there is something you want to mend. So maybe that's also communication, being open and honest, being vulnerable. Well, I didn't even read this card, and this is a new deck. I don't even know what this says. So let's look at what the actual messages say on this. Yeah, it's like these people here are like all like, I don't know what they're doing. They're all like smashing the puddle, trying to splash everyone else with their muddy water. And then here it's like everyone's working together. So let's look at the let's look at the, you know, the underside of the coin here. A friendship may be experiencing difficulties. So maybe some of you are having miscommunication or weird energy with a certain friend or group, or you're growing apart. As much as that can suck, especially if this was somebody prominent in your past or maybe in your current, you know, everyday world, you know, we are always growing and evolving. So I am kind of seeing that you are growing and somebody else is not. So if this isn't a conversation that can come through where somebody can grow with you, then it could be that you are growing apart, or maybe even need to shut the door. More communication. So yeah, it's both. More communication will either resolve a situation, you know, get you back on track, fill in the gaps, see what the other side of that coin is, what the other person's, you know, way of seeing that situation is, or it's boundaries, probably also through communication, or maybe just not, maybe needed. I feel like that's very dependent on the specific dynamic of the relationship or the friendship you're thinking about, and or that particular person's personality. I'm getting what they value. Because I feel like there's definitely somebody you already connect to or you're going to, and they really value your friendship, your time, your support, and maybe even your unique way of seeing things. You find great support and love in your friendships. The people around you provide warmth and belonging. So is that true? Do they? And if they do not, I feel like even in an initial conversation, because I did see that first date, but maybe it's just a friend date or like the first convo you have with your new bestie, there's going to be an energy where I see you feeling plugged back in, excited to see them again. It feels vibrant and happy, which feels exactly opposite than how you feel somewhere else, which is a little bit drained, confused, and undermined. That's not cool. So let's just use all of these new decks of cards I have. I don't know how they're going to kind of fit together for this reading, but let's just go with it. This one, I don't even know the name of it. What is this? The True Heart, Hidden Feelings. So maybe this is a friend. Maybe for some of you, we're moving to love land. Maybe these are your hidden feelings, but let's uncover those hidden feelings. Tell us more about friendship, please, and thank you. I don't know why I heard log. I don't know what that is. Sometimes I get really random things, like a log. Maybe you're logging something, or a journal. Maybe it's a letter. I don't know why I just thought of one of those weird obstacle courses where they have the log in the water and you run on it. maybe some of you do something like that, or an obstacle course. But now I see a log on the ground and you were trying to like push it yourself. And I feel like you have somebody helping you, or more people helping you, and you thought you were alone. Maybe some of you do something with trees or the forest or wood, carpentry. What's a hidden, what is this? Hidden feelings, true heart message. Helpful for the collective right now. No, please and thank you. Tell us what's hidden. I don't know if these are the flipper kind of cards. Let's see. No. So I'm just going to pull one. We're going to go a different way. We're going to be flexible here. What is clarity on friendship? Another message helpful today. Value. That's perfect. It's really pretty. It looks like a geode. When you like break open that like piece of rock that looks like an egg, it has the beautiful quartz inside. It says, loves you just the way you are, worth the time and effort, devoted, respect, dear. That's what I saw before. Somebody that treats everybody with the same respect. Not just is nice because somebody is of importance, but sees true importance in everybody. Devoted, respect, and dear. I don't know why I just heard hopelessly devoted. I totally did. It just went grease on you guys. These eyes are not the first heartbroken. I said these eyes are not the first heartbroken. These eyes are not the first to cry. I'm not the first to know. There's just no getting over you. Oh, so maybe somebody's hopelessly devoted to you. That's really sweet. All right, I have this other one. It's actually unspoken as well. It's unspoken truth. I'm going to pause you 1 minute. I have to return a text. I don't usually do this, but this is something I've been waiting for, so I'll be right back. All right, let's take a look at this. This is new. I'm excited to use it and see what messages come out. The unspoken truth. But, you know, you have somebody that values you to the core of your soul. Everything about you feels special. And then you have this friendship energy that I'm just getting so many different downloads with. I definitely feel like there's a change. There's a change and maybe something going from friendship to more. But I also feel like there's somebody that wants to go, or there's somebody that has to go. If somebody wants to go, let them go. Don't be chasing somebody, you know. They come back around. It was meant to be. Maybe somebody has to go on a self-discovery kind of journey, like the upside down or upright eight of cups. That's kind of what I see. But I feel like the space is being created for somebody wonderful to come in. Or maybe it's just more time with somebody wonderful you already have. I don't know why I see one of those weird rotating doors, like in a hotel or maybe like a fancy mall or something. And I feel like whoever this is, there's two people going around and around and around. And I see somebody leaving. But I feel like you're the one staying on that rotation for a little bit solo. And then I see somebody new getting on with you and you walking off of that or out of that rotating door together. So this is either a new person or it's somebody that comes back around with a new energy. So let's see. Let's get something that would be helpful for you to know. This is somebody's unspoken truth. The truth of their soul, truth of what they're thinking, truth of how they're feeling, true intentions. Wow, that was so quick. What would be helpful for you to know? What is this? It looks so sweet. It's those seemingly coincidental events are actually prearranged. Oh, somebody's like trying to be all coy and slick. Like they didn't mean to run into you into the grocery store, but they know that you always go shopping on Wednesdays, you know? I mean, it's kind of sweet because it does look like these two people are both into each other, but there's somebody that's doing a little extra planning. It's not just a happy accident or, oh, fancy running into you here kind of situation. It's like, no, they were really hoping. I feel like somebody even like goes multiple times hoping today's the day I'm going to run into the collective, you know? But I feel like one day it does work out. Somebody prearranged. I'm also getting that there might be an extra, if there's somebody extra here that is actually wanting to see you and a certain person together, they might be, like I see like a surprise party. You know, there might be somebody that like, I don't know, says, hey, let's go out to dinner, and they take you somewhere else and there's someone else happen to just be there. So I am not getting any kind of negative energy with this, unless this does happen for you and someone starts to pop up a little too often in your life, and trust your gut if that does make you feel weird. I don't think that is just an accident. This person was hoping to always meet up with you, but for most of you, I feel like this is something kind of sweet. You're in a library here. I don't know why I see like footsies under the table, or I mean, maybe because there's books here, it has to do with getting knowledge on you. But I feel like maybe there was somebody that felt at first like an open book, but that book had many, many, many more chapters or volumes to it. Also, I am getting, don't judge a book by its cover. Something could surprise you. Let's get another one. I like these. These are pretty little cards. What is another unspoken truth that would be helpful for you to know right now? What is that? Some things aren't about you not being good enough. They're just not the right fit for you. Not all shoe, you know, fits all. Don't force Cinderella's slipper here to fit a situation or, you know, a message if it's not for you. But it's also where you're going to find something that is just the right fit. Sometimes we outgrow things. You know, maybe our shoe size stays the same, but I don't know. I feel like even if it's the same shoe size or the same kind of fit, there's something that breaks in different, feels more comfortable, feels comfortable right away. Sometimes things are not about being good enough. So this is not about somebody's value. It doesn't devalue someone if somebody is just outgrowing a situation. It doesn't say that because that friendship lasted for 10 years or that relationship was in your life for 2, whether maybe it was 2 weeks, that it undervalues the benefit or the experience that you had with that person when it was a match or it was a hard lesson. So if something is changing, because I keep seeing that changing energy, it just means that something isn't suitable for you now and how you are growing, how you are evolving, how you are changing, or how someone else is. I like that with these cards because that makes a lot of sense. If somebody was always trying to force something to fit, I don't know. I feel like that's where something is uncomfortable. It's like, no, I'm going to get my foot in there. It will. It's like, nah, you're going to get all like blisters and you're not going to have fun on the dance floor. They might look pretty on your feet, but what good is it if you can't stand up? So maybe there was somebody who was trying to force a situation that just wasn't like suitable anymore. It wasn't an energetic match anymore. These look like ballet flats and like really cool. Can I show you something? This is a really weird thing to just jump to. I'll be really quick. I want to show you a little show and tell. My friend got me these shoes. They look like this though. So at least for me, that's kind of synchronistic. Maybe something like those saddle shoes kind of energy is important. Maybe some of you ride horses. But these shoes are really cool. I want to show them off. I'll be right back. I don't know why I'm doing show and tell, so I'm just going to show you these quick because they're kind of cool. These little, I got to find the right outfit for them, but I don't know. They kind of look like these. Maybe you really like shoes. I feel like something's going to switch, like style. I keep getting that library and like judging a book by its cover. I feel like this person is shopping and they all look like mannequins. That's that Stone Sour song. Through glass. At you through the glass, don't know how much time has passed. Oh man, it feels like forever. No one ever tells you forever feels like home. Something inside your head. I can't quite get the words on that, but what is real? That is the question. Something like that. So I am kind of getting, you know, when you go to the store, have you ever, maybe if you have, put that in the comments. That'd be cool to like hear your stories. But you see something like hanging on the rack and you're like, it looks like a potato sack or it looks really weird. And then you put it on, you're like, ooh, this is amazing. You know, you had to give something a try. I feel like you have to try something on to really know if it fits or not. Because then you look at some of those outfits and they look perfect on the mannequin, and you put it on, you're like, wow, the waist is like up here and this doesn't fit at all. Was this even made for a human? So, yeah, there's something that looks like it's like the perfect fit. And then once you try it on or experience that energy or whatever it is, you're like, yeah, it doesn't really fit so well. And something else you may not have given a go to, whether that's a person or maybe just an outfit, is gonna look so amazing. You're gonna pull it off like no one else. I'm auto shuffling, so let's get you another one. I do like these. Tell us more. What is another unspoken truth? That one back. Let's keep going. Unspoken truth. That would be helpful for that one back too. Cards are being interesting today. Oh, somebody is still looking at you. Somebody, even if there's distance, you think that they're responding or they're not noticing your posts. They are. They're checking up on you, whether that's social media or just looking at their phone. I mean, here it looks like somebody wants to have a casual run-in with you, so maybe they even see you in person. I won't lie. I still check up on you sometimes. So this is somebody who's still interested in you. Maybe this is somebody way from the past for some of you. This could be a friend that you had, you know, back in high school, elementary school, something like that. They want to see how you're doing, how you've grown, what you've accomplished, what projects you're working on, who you're with, what your current status, whether that's dating or, you know, relationship-wise is. I do feel like for some of you, you have no idea that this person is interested in you from afar, but they definitely like you. They definitely like what they see. I think Rose wants to come back on her chair. Come here, babe. Hold on. Come here. Well, I don't know what to do if you don't want me to pick you up. Let's continue on with the Lenormand. I'm going to get a little deeper. Do you want to come up? Come on. Come on, let me pick you up. I have this filming. I can't do this forever. You have to come or not. Let me pick her up. Hold on. Let's go to the Lenormand just to go a little bit deeper on friendship value. Those seemingly coincidental events are actually prearranged. I'm also getting that might not be by the person. This could be, you know, a divine fated meeting situation as well. If you were supposed to cross paths with a certain person, that might just be happening by divine timing. Being out shopping at the right place at the right time. Let's see. Clarify what the main energy right now is. What is the main energy in your, I hear in your space. What is the main energy of the collective currently? Is that you're going through this big open doorway. You have an archway here. So it's definitely about connections. It's going back to the same message you had in the beginning, and it's all of that change and transition that I saw. It's happening. If there was a door closed, it's because you have a new door that is opening up. It's not just a door, it's actually just wide open for you. 38, the arch. It's connections, transitions, and growth. That's what I saw with you. You're definitely growing. And if you have somebody coming in your life currently, or you are growing with, they're growing with you and they're walking through that archway with you. Let's get another one. Let's see what the energy of the main connection that is either thinking about you or you are thinking about right now is. What is the main energy of the connection currently going on? Around the collective, please and thank you. The friendship. Oh, you got a masculine energy. So yeah, some of you are connected. Doesn't matter what the gender is. This is somebody that is in their masculine energy, and or whoever they are, they're taking action. If you have to reverse this, this is the main person coming through. So if this is coming through and you are the masculine energy, it is telling you that you are the one making new connections or in the energy of transition, recognizing your divinity, that divine masculine, I don't know, like really, like I'm getting like sexy power in you. And I feel like you want something stable. I hear stable. Masculine, husband, and a significant man. So there's somebody with a masculine energy coming in. Maybe that new connection, maybe the new friendship, maybe that casual run-in, or looking you up. Let's see. Clarify. I want to know what's going on in that masculine's energy. Let's ask about his energy specifically, because that's just kind of a person. What is the energy of the man? Please and thank you. Oh, I heard that song. What is that song? It's from the I think it's when they're dancing with the watermelons in Dirty Dancing. Baby, I'm a love man. Baby, something like that. I don't know. I'll find it for you. I don't know why that just popped in. Tell us about the energy of the man. What would be helpful to know? Oh, it's about a sacrifice. Or this is somebody who's having spiritual enlightenment. This could also be somebody who's gaining a spiritual lesson. Tapping into his or her core value, making some big changes in his life. It's burdens, challenges, and a spiritual lesson. So it's somebody that maybe is going through or did go through something that was made kind of major. I hear major. Why did I just think of the band Major Lazer? I'll find a song by them. Major changes. I feel like this is somebody that has definitely tapped into their divinity and also recognizes that sometimes you have to give up something for something amazing to come in, and or go through something difficult to gain the most growth. Let's ask about, I want to ask kind of about this, because this kind of feels a little, I'm curious about it. I'm going to get nosy for you on what this accidentally prearranged meeting is. Tell us more about that situation, please and thank you. What is this prearranged, fated encounter or planned encounter? That somebody's receiving guidance on how to make that happen. Somebody's definitely being guided away from the storm, or away from the weird rocks, or having that energy of the lighthouse where it's like a safe space even in the storm. It's guidance, it's illumination, and it's clarity. Somebody is finally seeing clearly what they need to do. But maybe that's you too. Maybe it's also face-to-face communication that brings this clarity, that turns a light back on. I'm getting kind of like revealing some information that wasn't known. 44 is also a master number. Let's ask about this. Some things aren't about not being good enough. They're just not right for you. Maybe it's perfect for somebody else. So clarify what isn't right for the collective, or what somebody else is receiving illumination on that no longer fits them and they possibly need to let go of. Let go of that burden, take on that challenge. Accept a transition. I just heard make the first move already. It's interesting that it said already. All right, let's see. What is this thing that fits? Oh yeah, you got a chalice. That's like the Ace of Cups coming in. So your emotions feel just right, or you're in touch with your emotions, or that's how somebody feels. This is nice because if it was that, there was something kind of superficial in your life or in the past or in somebody else's life, whether that's a connection or even an environment, or just I'm getting like I don't know, what felt real became artificial. This is somebody who wants something spiritual. This is somebody who wants a partnership, a friendship, you know, even experiences that bring not just superficial fulfillment, but spiritual fulfillment. It's so much deeper. It's also somebody who's following their intuition to know when you get a gut feeling that something isn't a fit. And maybe when you need to open a torn cover to see that it's deeper than it appears to be on the surface. That's really beautiful. So let's keep those. Go to something different. I feel like I need to get, I'm going to pause you and organize because I'm a mess. Hold on. All right, we're going to go to the tarot in a moment, but I grabbed something to just get an in between. I saw this, what is this? It's the angels and gemstones, the crystal angels oracle. I feel like we need to kind of get an extra message here for you. So what's an extra message on Lighthouse? Chalice, cross, man, arch, value, friendship. Please and thank you. What is an angel message? Peridot, maybe you're connecting to a Leo energy. Maybe the green has to do with the heart chakra, or the heart chakra opening up. Life lessons, it's the same message that came through. Where is that spiritual lessons here? Life lessons are pretty big. So if you're learning your lesson, that means you are growing, that you're not repeating a karmic cycle anymore. You can break free of reoccurring negative patterns. That's that, whatever I saw before, you know, going around that rotating door. You can break away from negative patterns by praying and knowing that the lesson and blessing, know the lesson and blessing that they contain. So it is telling you to commune with God. If you are confused why you had to go through something, why something was so hard, you know, why something was such a damn challenge in your life, or you had to go through such an array of emotions, it is telling you you are going to receive this guidance, this clarity, to help you away from further storms. So part of that light going on in that lighthouse is that light inside of you, the direct connection you have to your higher self, to the universe, to God, to source, you know, whatever that higher power of love and divinity that you believe in is. It feels like a gigantic relief. So either that's how you feel, or that's how somebody else feels, or maybe just this new chapter in your life, that's how it's going to feel. I don't feel like it's like going to be like the old cycle, the old thing that felt heavy and burdensome and like a constant challenge. I just feel like this lighthouse energy is like anything that's a challenge, you're going to get the illumination you need to handle it differently. But it's all about how you view every situation. A situation's just a situation that is a life lesson. You can choose how you view it. I do hear a blessing in disguise. So let's go to the tarot. I grabbed the pulp. Let's just see what messages come out that would be helpful for you. Woo! I'm blowing all the cards all over right after I organize. Helpful message for you. What is the main energy right now? What is the current energy today? Let's ask like today when you're actually watching this reading. What is the current energy of the collective? Current energy, current focus. Please and thank you. It's wanting to be valued. It's wanting to be in a partnership or around people where there's a back and forth exchange of energy. It's recognizing where you could have been overgiving, even if that was, I don't know, this like thinking, I am getting like somebody's heart in the right place, but maybe overgiving to a person or a place where, you know, it's like they were taking more than they were giving back. Seeing where there's a reciprocity in energy here. Sometimes this is also where you do get a gift, but it's a gift in like the real life world that you can touch and feel and experience. You could be the one offering somebody help, but if it's somebody just constantly looking for a handout, you might have to retract that energy. And I feel like you can still give the offer, but where it's really appreciated. And you could be the one that needs to, I kind of get a humbleness, maybe a humbly ask for help if you need it. Because I do feel like maybe somebody needed help, but they were a little bit prideful. They don't want to ask for help. I feel like if you ask for help, even if that's just through that prayer, you're going to receive it. Look to where there is balance. It is like a Libra energy. Something's going to come through and balance the scales. Why is the Six of Pentacles currently here in the collective's energy? Look at this sassy Page of Swords, because there's somebody, well, you know that. There's somebody definitely watching you over here. That Page of Swords is usually somebody that is very intelligent. I mean, you do have somebody kind of, you know, trying to figure you out or see how they can possibly casually run into you. This doesn't look like a child to me. It does look like an adult, but it's a page. So this could be a message that spikes your curiosity. It could also be something that starts in small communication, but answers or intrigues you to ask more questions. Upside down, we'll look at that, because that's the person that thinks they know the entire story, but they just read the cliff notes, or they went by gossip or hearsay. They don't really have the whole story to, I don't know, talk about something or give advice. It could be somebody that is a know-it-all or kind of gossipy. I feel like this is somebody learning something. Learning to think. I'm getting somebody unlearning, actually. Unlearning what they thought they knew to see something in a different manner, or see something through a different facet, or you don't know what you don't know what you don't know, you know. So, let's see. Clarify the Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords here? Somebody could be also watching you from afar. I mean, you do see that here. is the Page of Swords? Usually an air sign. It could also be somebody very much in their head, but because it's just a page, it's like very little communication. All these extra questions they want to ask, but they're not just asking it. What is this? The Eight of Cups. That's kind of what I saw sort of with that rotating door thing. So somebody is walking away, or at least getting curious on how to walk away from something that looks like it's perfectly stable and fine, but somebody found that unfulfilling. It's a bittersweet ending where somebody has to go on that journey of self-discovery to see maybe where they can have more equality in the flow of energy in all the partnerships in their life. It's where something wasn't filling up anymore. It wasn't working anymore. It wasn't worth it anymore. It wasn't, it didn't have the same value that it used to, whatever that is, whether that's a location, a job, a project, a partnership, a friend. And that's also where I saw when, if somebody wants to go, let them go. Give somebody the space they need, the respect to go on their own journey. You know, don't try to force somebody in a situation where they're not happy, or they're not fulfilled, or they don't feel like it's, you know, there for their highest and greatest good anymore. It's a cycle that was maybe prominent but ending, or they know it needs to. And if it's the boomerang, if you let someone go, or if you're the one that goes on that journey and you come back around to that old environment, you've changed on that journey. You've changed on that cycle and that rotation. It does look like somebody's ship is coming in. Maybe somebody feels like they missed the boat before. Let's see. Clarify this Eight of Cups. Why is the Eight of Cups here? I also feel like with these two together, I feel like somebody could have had, like, I don't know, weird intentions, or because if the Page of Swords is upside down, it's almost like they give misinformation to maybe keep somebody from leaving or going. I don't know. I hear like to get them to question their own decisions. Clarify, why is the Eight of Cups here? Oh yeah, somebody wasn't doing the right thing. You got the Seven of Swords. I am definitely getting that somebody was being, somebody's like stashing away their money in their secret little treasure chest there in the wall, and they don't want to be noticed. So maybe that's why somebody, you or someone else, is walking away from that energy. It could also be where somebody had a lot that they were thinking about, and were, you know, like that deck of cards we had. Where was it? It was the unspoken truth. They never actually spoke their truth. They kept their true feelings to themselves. They never asked the right questions. But this is definitely, it can be somebody who's trying to get away with something, to be in the shadows without being noticed. But sometimes that Seven of Swords is knowing you need to leave a specific situation and just doing it under the radar. Just leaving without a big goodbye because you know it's the right thing to do. Clarify the Seven of Swords. Why is that here? I feel like somebody was kind of being shady. They don't want to be in a shady situation anymore. They want to have smoother waters. They want to, this is learning your spiritual lessons and having clarity about something emotional. This is also going back to that lighthouse. I like this together, because whatever storm was a brewing before is not going to hold you back anymore. You've recognized in order for that boat to move, you can't keep it tied to the old dock or weird ass energies like this. It could even be that I'm getting the truth just sets you free. Big here. So maybe somebody's just finally expressing their truth to you, to somebody else, because this is where, you know, the waters that were all choppy before are now calming down. It's where you're finally having forward movement. It's also sometimes an actual journey, sometimes across water. But it's usually mental clarity across an emotional situation. Maybe somebody's doing that with a lot of confidence. You got this kind of somebody turning into the rock star energy, definitely wanting to expand, because if this is somebody that felt like they weren't allowed to do something, or they listened to somebody that didn't know what they were talking about because they were like, the page's energy over here only gave a little. This is somebody who knows how to give a lot. This is somebody who definitely wants to expand either in their mind or their heart or their spiritual journey, their life. Because the King of Wands not satisfied with staying put or going around and around and around. Because there's always that like drive for more. He has so much passion, or the possibility to have a lot of passion with what he puts his energy and effort into, whether that's a person or a project or himself. It's a very fiery kind of energy. It's someone usually very attractive as well. They have an attracting aura about them, or energy about them, or personality or style, whatever it is, they know how to attract. They have a unique kind of light, even if they're super quiet. But if this person was like this, it could be somebody who's pompous, arrogant, full of themselves, always kind of tooting their own horn, extra hard. So they are seen as important. They are seen as, I don't know. I hear follower or following or something like that, or fans, but it's like, I don't know. Upside down, I don't really love that King of Wands. He's always trying to like fill in the gaps of his lack of confidence by overdoing it somewhere else. It kind of feels artificial. It feels disconnected. The King of Wands upright is just kind of oozes confidence, even if he doesn't have a lot. It's a soul thing. He has it all. So he is burning something to the ground there. He is getting rid of whatever was no longer growing and creating a solid foundation for brand new growth. It could also be a fire sign. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Somebody definitely in the I am, take action, gonna make it happen kind of energy. I feel like nothing's gonna get in his way anymore. If it was, I feel like this is a little bit of a phoenix energy. I just heard like finding his real place, or maybe putting somebody in their place. I'm not sure what that is. So let me look at all these cards. There's so many cards. Let me show you how many cards I got. So much is happening here. All these things. All right, so these big life lessons are being learned. Somebody wants to have I don't know, the confidence in like who they want to love. I feel like this King of Wands wants to show off like their person. I mean, it could be a project, but they want to I'm getting like really proud energy all of a sudden, or really proud of how they feel, or proud of how far they've grown, or what they've moved away from. I don't know why I heard stand firm. Maybe that has to do with friendships or going through this archway. You definitely have a masculine energy over here. I feel like that is the same person making different moves, creating their own light, recognizing that something is or is not or is right. Maybe the confidence of finally hit like or call someone up. I feel like I need to grab one more from a different deck. Let me grab it. I'm going to get the Art of Light. Every once in a while, I feel like so many messages come through that I hope it makes sense to you. At least some of this. Because sometimes it's not every message. It's maybe one or two that are very prominent that you needed to hear. For the confidence to really see something just a different way, through a different spectrum. The core meaning. So let's get one final message from the Art of Life to connect all of these. Right here at the end, maybe it's just a last final message for you, even if it's different than the rest of the reading. What is the most prominent energy message helpful here at the end for the collective? Please and thank you. That something's going to come really fast. Something's going to change. Something's going to start to move. And it's like that purple wave. It's not even a normal wave in the ocean. It is a purple wave. So it is a lot of spiritual energy moving towards you. And it could be a lot of passion, or all of a sudden there's a lot of communication. It says, nothing ever is, but all things are becoming. That's very powerful. It's always evolving. And if you are not evolving, if you are latching on to staying stuck and not having growth or movement or change or learning from old cycles, then you're always going to feel like you're stuck. You have to continue to rebirth yourself. I kind of feel like that's maybe what this king is doing. Like uncovering, you know, like unveiling the new him or her. Nothing ever is, but all things are becoming. All things are offspring of flux and motion, Plato. So with this, I bid you adieu. I hope this reading was helpful. Thank you so much for being here today. And I look forward to seeing you very soon. Also, thank you so much for giving this reading a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate being here with you. This journey together. I love you so much. I'll see you soon. Bye.